Hello and welcome! Silrace here to talk about guides and guide making, because games like Overwatch and Battleborn are now out, or have been for a short moment of time already, and I am coming across guides while I'm just, browsing internet, reading random things and so forth. I'm coming across, guide to this and that for this particular game, which when I then open that out of curiosity, it's like, okay, it says guide, let's check this out. And it actually is not a guide at all. Alright? It just lists some things, and that's about it. Okay, so I have actual training on how to teach other people on how to do things. Alright? So that's my basis on making this particular video. Let me talk about guides. Maybe, hopefully, this opens the eyes of some people out there. Hopefully. So, I guess part of the issue is the, people in general who want those guides. Because often enough, people want a ready-made answer for themselves. They don't want to actually put any thought into it. They just want a ready-made answer. So, if I take an Overwatch example, what counters Tracer? It's like, how do I counter Tracer? And somebody says, okay, use McCree. McCree counters Tracer. And that's their answer. That's all they want. They want that one ready-made answer. The problem actually comes when they start to then implement that stuff into gameplay. Somebody tells you that McCree counters Tracer, and then you're like, well, I actually wasn't able to do much of anything against that Tracer. Because nobody actually explained why McCree counters Tracer. That's the most important part in any guide. Any guide which simply tells you this is what you do is essentially a guide you can throw into the garbage bin right then and there and completely forget. If there is no reasoning, if there is no explanation of why, it is a guide you should probably not trust. Because it doesn't explain to you the most important aspect of why to do something. Not just what to do, but why. I have personally, just to, derail this a little bit, I have had this issue for years because I've made a guide videos of all sorts of things for years. And I have had this issue where people constantly tell me to get to the point and blah blah blah. Because all they want the ready-made answer for themselves. They want to know what. They don't care about why. And frankly, to me, that's just laughable. To me, that is like, okay, you guys, I'm not making guides for you folks who are this impatient. But then again, I have also swapped it around later on in my videos. I have tried to do it in such a way that I explain what, and then afterwards I explain the why. Because that kind of satisfies both sides. But it's still, to me, it feels odd that people don't wanna, know why. Because that's the most important question ever when it comes to making any kind of a guide or teaching anybody anything. They need to know why, not what. They need to know why. Because when you know why, you know how to expand on it. When you say McCree counters Tracer in Overwatch, you can add to that and saying it's the flashbang that actually stops Tracer in its tracks and then allows you to fan the hammer on the Tracer to kill it off. Her. It. Whatever. It's a fictional video game character. Anyway, leaving that thing aside, you get the point. If I tell somebody that McCree counters Tracer and then they go and, try to shoot the Tracer with left click, that's not gonna work very well, is it? So I have to explain to them why, what to do and why to do it. Tracer is a fast character, can blink around. The only way to stop her from blinking around is to actually stop her in her tracks, which the McCree's flashbang grenade does just fine. I hope I'm hammering this point in well enough, because this doesn't only touch on things like Overwatch, it goes with anything. In any kind of a guide you find online for whatever game, or for, actually, for example, other things in life like electricity, and computer science, fixing computers, and so forth. It's easy to tell somebody, you know, okay, just connect this cable to here. And that guy knows later on to connect that cable here there, alright, cool. But what if there is another kind of an issue needs to be solved, which no longer, you know, is solved by just connecting the cable, but they have to actually understand why they are connecting that particular cable into that particular socket. That's when things break apart. And that's when the issues really arise. So, which is why when I say a guide needs to tell you why, it really needs to tell you why. And any guide which does not is essentially garbage, and you can basically kind of discard it. I know I don't have some very good guides, or for example on my YouTube channel, which you are watching this on, probably, but in all honesty, I try my best, and I realize though that there are so many people out there who want these ready-made answers. They want to know what is the fastest way to level in World of Warcraft. They don't want to know why it is the fastest way, they just want to know what is. If I tell them grinding is the fastest way to level in World of Warcraft, for example, in certain places and whatnot, they don't really care. Okay, I'm gonna grind, alright? Whatever. I always scratch my head and wonders, like, are people really this silly? It's like, do they really not understand it any further than that? Maybe it's because I have actually been trained to teach other people that I can analyze this a little further than just like, okay, this is what I do. Instead, I just like, this is why I do what I do. Oh well. I don't want to drag this on any more than this. Thank you very, very much for watching and listening. Hopefully this opened the eyes of somebody out there. That, you know, when you are reading guides, when you are watching guide videos, tutorials, whatever, if they don't explain to you why you're doing something, then it's kind of unnecessary. You need to know why you're doing what you are doing in a video game or in real life as well. Simple as that, really. Thank you very, very much for watching and listening.